All right, everybody, welcome to 24 Slayton. I'm Tim, and I got Izzy with me. What up, Izzy?
Hey Tim, how you doing?
How you been?
Good, good.
Good.
Nice to be here now.
Nice.
Finally,
Yeah.
been hearing your podcast a lot.
We had to get you on.
Yeah, finally.
We have good stories, but I'm pretty sure you're not gonna talk the same as when we have stories.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep my job.
Well, no, there's no. We'll talk about work. We just have conversations,
All right.
road stuff, and just hanging out and just
Yeah.
Izzy's talk, the way he talks back.
Always have a different perspective
Yeah.
on stuff, but yeah.
So how's it been? What have you been up to?
Good, good. Just had a good Christmas. Happy holidays for everybody out there. It was a very exciting Christmas for my daughter. She actually realizes what Christmas is. For her being able to realize, open up presents and stuff. My family coming over. It was good. Now being a dad, really changing my perspective and stuff. But it's good, man.
Good. That's nice. I like it. So, where'd you grow up? Let's talk. Let's get right into it.
All right. I'm born and raised in Santa Ana here in Cali.
Okay.
From when I grew up, it's a pretty big city, I believe, but because it's surrounded by Anaheim, Garden Grove, Costa Mesa, Huntington, Irvine. So as a kid growing up, I thought it was just one big city, but in reality, it's just a tiny little city that's in between all the freeways. So everyone has to go through there.
Yeah.
So
Not everybody.
well, yeah.
I'm over here.
So down in OC,
Yeah.
down in OC. So growing up was, from what I remember, pretty easy, pretty simple.
Yeah.
My parents worked a lot. Played a lot of soccer.
Yeah.
Let's say I moved. One big thing I could think about my childhood was moving out. I want to say in first grade, we live in an apartment. My sister was born. I was about 6, 7 years old. Moving out to an actual house was a big step because we had more room in the backyard, but also lonely because we didn't have to play with the kids anymore in the apartments we were in, the complex. So then we had to move schools. That was a big change for me. I have to adapt. I am the oldest of my family, so being Hispanic, I always got the first whip, or whatever we're gonna call for Hispanic dad. But I had to take responsibility. I had to, put some hair in my chest. Let's go forward, type of deal. Then I want to say in elementary is when I got really introduced into soccer. I got the chance to play. I got told by a coach, "Hey, you should come out and play." I told my dad. Got very excited. Sooner or later, he didn't like how it worked out because it was, I want to say, 20 people in the team, and just it was a friendly or just participation type. I was like, nah, my dad's like, I want to win. So he creates a team. So me and my brothers are Irish twins, so we're only months apart. So he was born when I needed 15 days to complete a year. So we were lucky enough for us to play together. But on paper, he's still a year younger than me.
Yeah.
So when we played outside in club soccer, travel football, he played with the younger kids, but other than that, he always played with me. He always played a year up. So, walking up or playing soccer, I was always the chunky Mexican kid, the one who just always, let's say, just there, always play defense, just kick the ball as far as I can up to my brother, scrawny little fast kid. Always scoring goals. Everybody wanted him and stuff. So as we grew up, I started getting very competitive. Competition evens out. Right?
Yeah.
As a kid, you could see who's the tough, who's fast. That's just their ability of playing well. But as you get older, everyone's fast.
Yeah.
As you get older, everybody can kick the ball well. So they start picking out specific things that what makes you stand out. Well, in the back, my dad always was like, I'm not going to pay for you not to play. So he always ran with me with ideas, watching me watch soccer, telling me how to learn things. So I started to realize there's other positions I can play or manage to be able to do more stuff. I started finally doing exercise outside of school. And as I grew up, I was growing up, I want to say about 12 years old, me and my brother got invited or scouted to play in this team that we did not know was going to travel to Venezuela. like a youth World Cup event. And one of those things was very inspirational to me because as much as we tried our best, technically we couldn't afford for two of us to go, right? So my mom, whenever she got the chance, she would make tamales, tacos, and wherever we played, she'll go out and like sell food and start raising that money without still knowing we were gonna make that cut.
Yeah.
You know, like she, I guess, believed on us, and we kept playing, we kept playing. I want to say there was a roster of like about 50 kids in the beginning, and we were from Santana, which is so we had to go all the way to Norwalk, which was about 20-25 minute drive, but right after school when traffic hits, it turned out to be an hour drive.
Yeah.
So right after school, me and my brother would run home, grab all of our soccer stuff, eating on the damn car, getting ready, doing homework whenever we can, because as soon as we got there, it was 2 hours away. So we had to train, we got to train. My dad worked in, I want to say Southgate, I believe. And he would, as soon as he got out of work, he'll drive, meet us there, watch the end of practice. We'll drive home. Sometimes whoever did the best bet, whoever did worst in practice between me and my brother would drive with him back,
Yeah.
deal with him, whatever he has to tell us and drive back, So it was very difficult for us to like within brothers compete.
Yeah.
And worst case scenario, or the best case scenario, we both made the team, we made the cut. So for them was difficult for them to let us go. So my dad got, I guess, a loan. I don't know what it was that he joined with us. So what happened was it was an age group of 12-year-olds and an age group of 14 and 16-year-olds. So three teams from that who got scouted flew to Venezuela. We had to do a flyover in, I want to say, down in Mexico somewhere before we actually flew down there. And during that time, I want to say the communist thing was still going on there where as soon as we arrived, bro, we felt like pros. We had cops waiting for us, like blockades, because we're from the U.S., so our bus that drove us, there was always cops in the front, cops in the back. Our hotel was obviously like for back then like top art, 5-star, whatever. So we had our own like I want to say section.
Yeah.
When you go to like just us. So we wouldn't really allow to be talking to other people, interacting with other people. It's like, oh, it's not safe for you guys to be out here. So we'll always. If you guys want to go out, you have to be with the whole team. Let's stay together. All right, cool. So other than that, soccer-wise, we got to play. We played against the group stages was Liver Play from Argentina, Atlante from Mexico, and a home team. I forgot. I really don't know what their name was. But my brother won a winning goal. So there's a newspaper back home. My dad has like a portrait we came out of. So we got out of the group stage, and we played the first round of knockout. I believe we won, or I'm not sure, but it was a tough game, right? And we lost. So we had to finish watching the other one succeed, but they also didn't win the tournament. But the whole point of that, like, having that experience was in soccer, we were so outmatched. Yeah. Not in a way that we're not talented or we're not good enough. It's just, how can you compare a kid who goes to school 8 hours a day, right? Has to come home, do chores, do stuff for their parents, then go to train with the mediocre coach, or if he's a good coach, or with the not a good so team, whatever you get to play for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hour max training twice a week, and a game on the weekend. Yeah. So that's what, about 6 hours of game.
Yeah.
Well, my dad, because he got the chance to talk to other parents, interact, and he realized that most of these kids don't go to school. They go straight to training, or they go straight to the park and they're getting touches on the ball. So he soon realized that what we're doing in soccer is not enough for us to succeed. So right off the bat, for not being a natural soccer player, it's like, you got to earn it. So, coming back from school, we're going to the park. Coming home from school, like, I'm just going to find you a team to go play. You need to get work. So it motivated him to motivate us that you got to keep going until the point where we wanted it more. Mm-hmm. So that's where we finally started realizing, like, we can do something. But like every other person, there were always injuries or not money involved where you can't continue.
Yeah.
But that really helped me become a better person, where no matter what comes to you, you got to succeed, where you always have to look forward, not letting anyone put you down. You know, they could give you shit. They can scream at you. They go like, bro, but like, we're all in here together, you know. So it was really, really good for that experience I got. You know, get to travel, you know, get to play. So once I came back, you know, 15, 16 years old, I got to an academy. You know, started to play more. It was very, very, very like helpful. You know,
Yeah.
like very good for us to be able to experience that. But other than that, man, it's just good experience. You know, coming, finally getting a job. You know, soccer still being part of life, but more like now moving on to because didn't get opportunity to continue. You know.
Yeah.
So work wise, let's see. My first job was at Papa John's, bro. I was
Nice.
a driver at a Papa John's. My friend worked there first, and he's like, "Oh, like we need people," and there's like, "Hey, screw it, let's just fuck it, let's go." Yeah, dude. Even sooner or later, my wife turned out to be the manager, dude. My wife now, but my girlfriend used to be the manager, and all of us were our drivers. We were there for a good, I want to say, couple months, a good
So
year, couple months. Where
So she's still your boss.
I would say so, but I still pay rent. I'm the one paying the household, but
It's all right. She's
you know, it's one of those things where we get mutual respect on what makes decisions. Like for a kid, you know, she's the mom. You know, for a kid, like I oversee things, but I feel like we can't both be that parent. You know, our kid needs someone to loosen up to, and we both can be that. But when it comes to a tough decision, I'm like, I want to give it to her. Like, you know, she doesn't not work, so she gets the ability to spend way more time with her. So seeing her grow more. So I sometimes would like to give her that final decision on a very, even as simple as if she wants, can she eat that cookie, you know,
Yeah.
or can she go out, or type of deal. But sooner or later, if she's very undecisive, fine, and I'll just make that call, you know. But yeah, man, it was so far so good. I want to say.
Nice. Nice. So yeah. So soccer. Now you worked at. Now you're working at Now you're having fun. Gonna be traveling pretty soon. You're gonna be
Well,
traveling.
for work, from what I experienced over here, um, I traveled a lot playing soccer, you know. So coming to work here with you guys is very similar because we work through rain, we work through heat, we play through heat, we play through rain, you know. It's a little bit of snow, but I haven't worked in snow yet. But I think I'm prepared, just being mentally, but also equipped.
Not me.
No,
I'm
why,
not.
why,
I'm not equipped for snow.
why is that?
It's cold.
It's still.
It's cold, dude.
I prefer the cold and the heat, bro.
I like-
I'll tell you that.
I like heat better than cold.
I don't.
I'm not a cold guy.
You could put on clothing, dude. It's
Yeah.
so much in cold because with heat, there's so much clothes you can take off.
I'm good.
Nah, man, I can't. I was shirtless doing in Houston. It was 120 degrees and like 90 proof humidity, building a setup, and like we're shirtless, bro. Like out here, and it still wasn't enough.
You can't wear that shirt, dude. There's rules.
Nah, what rules,
Shirt,
dude?
long-
we're
long
in the
shirt-
middle of the field.
Long sleeve shirt.
building.
Long
Nope.
sleeve shirt. You're
Nope.
supposed to have boots on.
No, I had no boots. I had running shoes on. I was dirty rolling up my shorts, bro, as high as I could have them. I needed to breathe down there, dude. It was so hot.
There's California, dude.
Cali has one of the best weathers, but states out there, dude, they are beautiful, dude. I'll tell you that. Just here, I got a chance. I got a job opportunity to go to Idaho.
Go,
No, nah.
dude. Idaho.
So my old coach. So when I grew up playing soccer, see, this is how soccer always comes around. He was an ex-pro soccer player who, you know, I guess at his downfall just had an incident, whatever, and he got the chance to coach us.
Yeah.
And he's a good mentor who helped me a lot. Couldn't move on, so he got with his fiance or his wife now, and I guess he took a leap and went to Idaho, and he's a neighboring city from Boise, which is the capital, right? Boise, and he created a club out there, and now he's became one of the biggest clubs out there, and for that he needs coaches, he needs people to help him, he needs people. So coming back to him being a good mentor, he's reached out to me. He's seen that I'm a private trainer, you know, playing with soccer. I've opened doors for kids where he has invited me. He's like, look, he has an LLC, right? So he's the owner. He and his partners have agreed to let other people into their projects, and he's reached out and talked to them about me. So he reached out to me and is like, look, there's a job opportunity for you. You know, you want the easy way or the cheat way, which I could pay you under the table. And this is how expensive soccer can be. If you want 1 hour of training, just me and you, $100. And I'm gonna give you my full attention, to get you. As much as I'm gonna speak to you as a kid, what do you want to work on? I'll tell your parents, or what do you want to work on? I'll do my 100% to get that kid better. But it's $100. So imagine that. Me working 4 hours a day for $100, that's 400. Times 5, that's $2K. Bro. Non-taxed cash.
They don't have taxes in Boise though.
It don't matter.
Okay,
it don't matter. Even that, they don't matter. This is cash coming straight in. 2K a week.
Yeah. IRS can listen to this.
What? So he's very, very supportive too. He's helped me out some tough times, calling him from this or calling him that, but he's got this job opportunity, Even then, he's like, now he's because it's snowing up there right now. He showed me videos of it. Dude, not gonna lie, it looks sick. Like a beautiful landscape.
Well, it looks good. Looks good.
Oh, yeah. And it's down in the valley too. So even in like when there's no snow, like it's nice and green or nice, and when it's fall, the yellow, it's cool. So he now, because it's snowing out there, most of the sports are down, if they don't have internet for say. So him and his business partners actually bought a facility, huge, which now they have volleyball and basketball, apart from soccer fields and the turfs or whatever. So now he's, apart from soccer, a company, a program that runs those multi-sports. So money's coming in. They've bought out the other teams. Now they're becoming very, very well known in that area as much as the state. But they need faculty. And that's one of the things. And I'm like, we need you to come in. You'll come in as a director. I want you to oversee this. I want you to first oversee that. You have enough experience, to know what you're looking for and what you want to approve from it. Mm-hmm. So, and it's one of those things now, like in life, where like, can I make that move? I've spoke to my wife, I spoke to my family, I've spoke to my in-laws, I spoke like, damn, how is that gonna work for me? Like moving out of state, like I told my wife, it's only about 16 hours away. It's not that far. I've driven to Kentucky, to Alabama, so like, it's not that far.
Driving now, but flying's faster.
Of course, but it's one of those things where I need to experience it myself, and I don't want to say I'm a racist, but he did say there's a lot of white people up there. So.
They're fine.
Other than that, I mean, I'm still planning to go visit him, though. I do want to visit him soon. I want to check it out myself.
When you went to Kentucky, you passed right by it. No, you were on the Bronx freeway. You were a little lower.
I got on the 40, bro.
Yeah, you were a little lower.
I got on the 40. I went straight through. Yeah, I went low. I didn't go up there. Yeah. We were on the way back. Juanito wanted to pass it. Wanted to go there. Hey, let's take a ride up there. But Eddie got mad. And he was like, nah. You guys are going to take too long. He was like, who's driving, though? Like, who's driving? But yeah, man.
You have schedules.
So it's one of those things where it's still out in the air. I want to think about it. I do want to go to visit, but it's a big move, man. I have a second kid on the way.
What?
Yep.
Really?
She's due in May. So imagine that, man. I want to take the week. I want to take a month off at least, minimum 2, 3. But man, the month off. Hopefully,
you'll be like one.
Hopefully, Daddy Ralph lets me off, man.
No, you get it. Cause like one. How long does one get? 3 weeks or 6 weeks?
I don't know. That I do not know.
See, you'll be good.
All right. I hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope so, because during that time we should be traveling. We're gonna be packed and work. There's gonna be a lot of tours, a lot of work during that time. Hopefully, I get it off.
We'll see. Sounds good. All right. So you ready?
Yeah.
What are we gonna talk about? Do you want to talk about? Like you got on some subjects that were on before.
All right. Like what?
So you want to talk about conspiracy? Do you want to talk about aliens? You want to talk about 911, moon landing? Which ones did you want to talk about?
I have no clue, man.
You said you were ready.
I have my opinions.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so let's um which one did we talked about? We were talking about something the other day. I mean, I can't remember what
The Earth is flat.
it was. This is flat.
Oh, the moon landing.
The moon landing?
Yeah, but that videotape that the cameraman was the first person there
Oh yeah.
to record the guys getting there.
So what do you think? Is it real or no?
Nah, that's staged, bro.
So you think the whole thing's staged?
That is staged. There's no way.
Okay, go ahead.
Like there's no way that was for real. Like if you just think about it, just the video how it came out, like seeing the ship land and the astronaut coming off, like back in the day the video cameras weren't that sufficient to sustain in space. Like they wouldn't have known that, they wouldn't have said something beforehand. So watching even the spaceship and the guys leave.
But then they sent stuff out before that.
Yeah, they did, but
The
even then,
unmanned spaceships.
yeah, but whatever was taken from them, or like the pictures, was not near sufficient enough like they recorded that time.
But I understand that. But if you think about it, the technology from 65 or 69 to 75 was way different.
Yeah.
So you don't think they already had the technology to do that? They just didn't give it to the public?
I don't know, man. It's just one of those
Because you
things.
think about all the stuff the technology, even like in the last 20 years. So we went so far from a big phone like this to a little tiny phone that we
Yeah.
have now, a supercomputer in our pocket. So you don't think they already had that technology out? They just like all of a sudden made it?
Nah, they've had it. They just never did it to the public.
That's what I'm saying. So
But even
they had to have like should have had streaming already. Just that we didn't have it. We didn't have internet back then, but they already had it.
I still feel like it's very impossible that they just randomly showed this thing up out to the public, like the moon landing and stuff. And even then, when they try to interview the guys, they wouldn't really comment much. You know, they weren't allowed to.
How do you think they keep it from people though?
That I don't know.
All these people that were involved in this whole thing, how do they keep it from them?
I don't know. Like if you're gonna go to a company, you do a non, you write down a contract. You can't speak about what happened.
Okay, but I mean, everybody's not gonna do it. There's not 100,000 people that are.
Correct, but who's spoken out about it yet?
That's what I'm saying. There's nobody. Nobody's spoken that it's real. Nobody's spoken that it's not real. All the computer, like they say, the computer generated pictures, all this other stuff.
Yeah. No. Well.
There's people that like same thing with 911. All of a sudden, you see all these pictures, these perfect pictures of stuff. People on the bottom, people going in the building, people coming out of the building. All those people that were kept quiet, the planes that wrecked, all those people on the planes, what happened?
Obviously, fast passed away.
Because there's not supposed to be any planes that hit the building.
Well, we all saw the video that the plane's hitting him.
But then there's videos of no planes hitting it.
No, that's well. We got a lot of people saying on the videos that they saw the planes hitting the buildings from the ground.
So you think
The phone calls. Oh my, you're on the phone. It's like, hey, we got hijacked.
that's easily done? AI can do that right now.
Yeah,
Think
that's
they had
right
AI
now.
before? You don't think they had AI before?
I don't think so.
Yes.
That far back?
Yes, all the supercomputers had everything already. They're just giving us little hints, little bits at a time to make us excited. You really don't think they had the phone technology back then that we do now? The planes, the cars, all this other stuff we have. Do you think it was all done? They have to test it, and
Well, yeah, that's mostly
we have to have
military
better,
though.
we have to have better. Exactly. So they already had that stuff.
No, they're just saying if it's safe for the society.
Not really. No, they don't want to give everything to us at once. Then we'll just be how we are, out of control.
Makes sense.
Because if they give us everything without testing it, then we don't know. So you're not gonna test it for a year or so. You're gonna test it for a long.
But you're gonna need a large sample group though.
Exactly.
So why not
how
give it?
Well, they
to
have
the
beta.
public?
They have beta testers, so people are betas, but they're all in the military, so they test it in the military.
Yeah, but that's still one subject group.
That's fine.
You need a lot.
No, you don't really need a lot.
Well, get the very satisfaction of an output, you need
No, that's when you release, and then they always have bugs where they fix and fix and fix and fix as you go.
like an iPhone gets an update.
Yes, all the updates. Get like these. Everything has to get updated because it's not perfect.
I don't know. It's a good one. I mean,
You look at the. I don't. I really. Me. It's hard to believe that that ship actually landed on the moon. I
Oh.
just don't see it because how it was, what it's made out of, and how fragile it was to go.
yeah, it looks like a cardboard box. It looks like it was just like tinfoil on a cardboard box or whatever. And then, I mean,
And then it's so hot up there. The suits that they wore, are they really that good? Because you should be able to put a cutting torch to it and not cut it.
yeah,
That's probably how hot it should be, right? Up there.
I don't know. I thought it was gonna be cold.
Oh, it's cold. Oh, yeah, it's cold, but it's close to the sun. So how is it cold?
You're
So,
right.
so only going in the sun when the sun's on the other side.
Probably.
So there'll be well, to get through the firmament or whatever it's called,
The atmosphere.
it has to be hot. That's really hot because it burns up.
Correct.
And then once you go past that, then you're cold.
Yes.
So the heat going up has to be pretty hot.
Yes.
So a welding torch shouldn't be getting close to that.
No.
Because
it
otherwise-
it should be way harder to be up there.
Well, yeah, because a welding torch would have melted going in. So it has to be hotter than that. So we should be able to put a welding torch or a cutting torch and it shouldn't cut.
Yes.
Should it? I'm just saying. Because do you think about it?
Yeah.
There's heat going up, and then all of a sudden it gets cold. So once you go through it, it becomes instant cold.
Yes.
So why is it cold in space and it's not hot? Because you're closer to the sun. So, or are you on the other side? So there's some movies, if you watch them, I forgot which movie it was, when they're going from like they're going into the sunlight because the moon's blocking, or you're on the other side of the Earth.
Yeah.
So when you're going over, it's cold, and then once the sun touches it,
It's on.
then you're heat. So we're constantly rotating with the sun.
Yes.
But we have to stay on the dark side of the moon so that we're not on the hot side of the moon.
Yes.
So when you go, the moon's spinning, but you have to stay on this side.
Mm-hmm.
And then it can't go on that side because then we'll burn up. Or they can't burn up, I don't know, but they would burn up.
Well, even in the video, it shows them being on the sun because they had shadows.
Yes. Well, is that the shadow of the sun or the shadow of the earth?
Shadow of the people.
I know, but that is the shadow from the earth or the shadow from the sun? Because it's still dark.
That would have to be the sun.
No, because then it would be like daylight here. So if we're on the bright side, the sun side of the moon, when the shadows are formed, it would be like daylight here. Mm-hmm. But it still looked like nighttime. So it looked like there was a reflection from the earth reflecting onto the moon that we see that's where you see the shadows.
Yes.
How did nothing freeze up there? The
'Cause it's
flag
fake.
the flag was fine.
It's fake. I want to say it's fake.
Yeah.
Because how is there wind up there?
It's not. It's just not wind. It's just no gravity.
There's no.
Well, there is gravity. There is a little bit of gravity on the moon, supposedly, but there's no gravity on the moon.
But even then, why was the flag like waving or just like making that movement?
Because people are walking around.
Yeah, but that still.
It doesn't really move. It just stands straight. They could have had a thing so it makes it look straight. They could have had.
Watching the wrong video because I swear there was just wrinkles on the damn flag. On one of the videos.
Yeah.
As when they were putting it.
Or when he put it down.
Yes.
When he put it down, did he hold it from the side and put it down?
No.
Or did he put it straight from the thing?
Straight down.
And did it go like this?
Yes.
Go down?
Yes.
It did?
Yeah.
So the flag was like when he put it down like that, and it stood like
Correct.
this?
Yes.
Or did it float up and then go straight?
It went up and then straight.
So how was it going to go up and go straight?
I don't know. That's what I'm telling you.
So unless they had a spring loaded, which wouldn't make difference because it wouldn't go up. It'd have to be like a flag like this. So when you put it down, it would stay this way. But if it goes down like the cords and stuff should go up and then float, and then it would float.
There's
then
no
it would
gravity.
float
So
down.
just the movement of them going down made the flag go up.
Yeah, but then when it goes
still,
but then when it comes down and stops, it should just either fall or stay up.
and it stayed up.
Because if you jump, you're gonna stay up there.
So they had a weighted suit.
But when you go down and hit it, it's gonna go this way. But it doesn't matter weighted suit. There's no gravity. What are you weighted to?
To yourself to move down.
But what? How's down? Where's down on the moon?
Well, to the surface, like you're
There's no
on.
gravity. It's rotating. It's rotating
Yeah.
around the Earth. Okay. So if you're there's no gravity when you're on it. When you jump up, the moon should move. The moon should keep moving.
Yeah. So you should
If
be
you
constantly
jump up,
moving.
if you jump up, you're not gonna land in the same exact spot. So why would you go up and then come back down? If you throw a rock up,
Yeah.
is it gonna stay there, or usually they throw something up, it just keeps going?
Yeah, it just keeps going.
Okay, so there has to be some sort of
Gravity.
gravity on the moon.
Yes, for you to stay on the ground.
There has
Some kind
something.
because they're hopping around.
Yeah, there has to be something. So would it be the same as the Earth core, or is it different?
That's way different, obviously. But
Not,
still.
I mean, maybe. Or is it just an alien spaceship?
I've heard that one before. I've heard one before. That's the moon is something.
The moon's just a spaceship, an alien spaceship, and they're keeping tabs on us, make sure we're doing stuff wrong.
I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that once.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is just how would I say, like a station up there. Just
Like the Death Star. Maybe it is. Maybe that's what Star Wars is. Real.
is it?
Maybe.
I mean, that's just the
Yeah.
super guy or the
Yeah.
higher guy.
Yeah,
from
that's
us.
and they're just making sure everything's going good.
Yeah, yeah.
Once we get out of
You
control,
pray, you pray for them up there, right?
I don't.
You know.
Because I wouldn't pray that far.
What do you mean?
You wouldn't pray that far. Because he's here,
Yes.
not here.
Uh huh.
So how far do you pray?
Well, wherever they're at.
Who's that?
The moon, the people controlling it.
Oh, the controlling people. Oh, that's
Yeah,
different.
yeah,
we
yeah.
don't know those people. think
There's something
it's
out
just-
there.
It's like a sim game, a simulation. So somebody's playing like this little game, and they're just causing stuff over there, and
See what happens.
see how it react. Give them this. See how it reacts. See, that's what I'm saying. They're giving us the technology.
Like
they
the
already have.
pyramids. Like the pyramids. Like they just randomly happen. Like Egypt did the best
Well, I don't know.
structure it could possibly done, and for the next
how could they do it
4,000
better?
years,
How could
they
they do
haven't
the
done
best?
anything else.
Isn't the Great Pyramid in Giza, right?
Yes.
But what about Mexico? They have pyramids.
Yeah, but they're still structured the same.
That's what I'm saying. So it wasn't Egypt. Whoever made them made this. Whoever made those pyramids made the same ones. Same people made it. They had to.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Mexicans are really good at building stuff. That's what it is. They built it. They took them over there and said, "Hey, can you build us something?" Like, give us a couple hundred, and then they built them.
Yeah. And they had to carry them. Right?
Yeah.
had to carry
They built
from
them
the
here, and then they
palace,
sent them over
from
there.
the quarry, and they took them over there. Yeah, probably.
We got you guys.
It was Mexicans then.
Yeah.
Oh, the Mayans, or what do you want to call them before?
Incas.
Incas.
Right.
No. Incas are from Peru, bro.
Okay, that's where there's pyramids in Peru, dude.
Also.
Yes.
But we're talking about Mexico.
Oh, the Mexican pyramids.
The
Okay.
Mexican. Yeah,
Those are-
because you got the Aztecs, then you got the Mayas. No, you got the Mayas in the peninsula.
Yeah.
They also have pyramids there.
See? And there's pyramids in Peru and those other things in Peru, buildings. And then they went across the little bit of water, and then they built big
Yeah.
pyramids. Then they went
Middle-
to, but they
Middle
didn't
of the
pyra-
desert.
but they didn't build anything up here
Up here. No, they did not.
in
Did they?
Central America. What did they build in Central America? There's nothing. We have nothing here. Nothing good. We have the Grand Canyon, which is just a big river.
Correct, but then there's still, I want to say the Indians had those buildings on the side of the Grand Canyon. They were living off the slopes.
And they're just living in the little holes. That was
Like
just-
caves.
That was just survival from the dragons.
They still
and
had to create that though.
the dragons and the what are they called
Dragons are not real, bro.
the the dragons and the dinosaurs.
No.
Yes, they had. How are there no dinosaurs? They're bones.
No, the dinosaurs, yes, but I don't think they were dragons.
The flying dinosaurs were dragons.
You think so?
Yeah,
Not like pterodactyl or anything like that?
I mean, yes, it's a big dragon. The same thing. It still looks like a
So the
dragon.
one with
Didn't they call them
scales.
dragons?
I don't know.
Yeah, in the pictures, they're dragons. They're like fire breathing
But aren't they from China only?
dragons.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
because they only depict them in the other side of the world.
No, well, also in England, I guess, right? There's dragons, because didn't they fight them in
Medieval.
How to Train Your Dragons? Yeah. Didn't they?
And now you're talking about the movie.
Yes.
Nah, the medieval times, yeah, the dragons, knights,
Yes.
slaying
See,
the dragons.
they were there.
Yeah.
So we had dragons, and then but were there any dinosaurs in Europe,
That I don't know.
or were they all in Because
No, but then in the tectonic plates we had Pangea.
where do we find dragons? I mean, not dragons, dinosaurs.
Mostly here in Africa.
In Africa, there's really no dragons. No dinosaurs here.
Yes.
Where the Liberian Tropic?
Yes.
There's dinosaurs. So they're saying we had dinosaurs walking this area.
Yes.
Or in North America.
Remember, before the tectonic plates split us apart, we were all one big blob of land. Then it split. And we're still moving apart.
Are we?
Yes.
So how did we split?
I don't know.
I thought in that other book it said how the Earth was made. So he made it all in one.
Probably.
So it was just one thing, and all the rest was water.
Yeah.
Did he put on? Was it like this, or was it like round?
What was?
Where we're living.
The world.
Yes.
Oh, really?
So was the Earth like this, or was it like round, a whole sphere?
I don't know. It goes. I can go both ways. I just. It's one of those things that we've never fought that the world is round, other than the magnetic field pulls. But even then, I feel it could be like a dome.
A dome. Yeah. The bottom would be flat, but then how do you have the hollow core?
Well, the other way around then.
Yes.
I mean, you should have a sphere then.
So half a sphere or a sphere.
Yes.
But there's supposed to be more. There's supposed to be more places, like more land and more communities and what they call continents, through on the other side of Antarctica.
Is there?
It's supposed to be.
Supposed to be.
Yeah, because the wall, we never go that way because you can't go in. So you go in, there's more stuff over there.
I'd say that's the first time I've heard of that.
Really?
Yeah.
There's the whatever strait that you there, because you can't go to Antarctica,
Yes.
and it's supposed to be like this on top.
Uh-huh.
But you can't go in it. But on the other section, people who talk, you could still go through there because there's more. That's just on the other side of the wall, the ice wall. So there's supposedly you can't go to Antarctica.
Other than the stations are at the edge.
Yes.
Or everything that we've known about Antarctica is just in the edge.
Because like doesn't Sonic live up there?
Santa?
Yeah.
No, it's in the North Pole.
Oh, he's in the North Pole.
Yeah. So if the world is flat.
Yes.
Round
Well,
like
it's
dough.
round but flat. Yeah. Round but flat.
So the North Pole should be the center.
No, North Pole should be the top. It can still be the top,
Top of what? If it's technically
Yeah.
flat.
but it'd be like this. So you look at it like this, even though it's like this.
So like this.
That's kind of how we
Instead
look
of
at it.
round being round is we're still
So,
round and
If you ever looked at the map that they had on the blackboard when you're at school and they
Yeah.
pull it down,
correct.
that's the full map. That is supposed to be the flat Earth,
Okay.
because if you could see the whole Earth on a flat surface.
Yes.
So the outside of that should be supposedly be an ice wall.
Yeah, but if it's an ice wall,
That we can't go past it.
can't you still? But from Hawaii, you can still go across to Asia, to Japan.
So if we think, yeah.
No, but that's how it was.
It'd be go around it. Look, if we look at the map, you can see it goes around. So you don't go straight, because we don't really know we don't know direction.
Mhm.
We only know what they told us in direction.
Just north, south, east, west.
That's what we think. We don't know.
Okay.
So when you take flight patterns, we don't know how we get there. If you're supposed to just walk north, or no north, you'll just go to the North Pole. Then you keep going, you go to the South Pole. Then you keep going, you go to the North Pole. You should.
Yes.
And if you go to the equator, you should just keep going around, and you'll keep
Yes.
walking around.
Uh-huh.
So that you should.
You should, yes.
But if you think about, I'm not a flat Earth guy. I'm not a round Earth guy. There's something, but if you think about it, why are we the West, and why is Asia the East?
If it's round, supposedly.
Yes.
That's a
Where-
very good question. I do
So
not
where's the
know.
middle? Europe's the middle.
Sure. Africa?
That's the middle.
Yes.
So how's that become the middle? If you keep going east, you're gonna go east. If you keep going west, you're gonna go west. There's no middle, right?
Yeah.
So
we've been lied to in school.
well, if you look at the picture on that map, the one that we see at school, it says we're on this side,
Mhm.
Asia's on that side, so it's east and west.
Yeah.
So that would be east and west. That's what the flat Earth people would say, right?
So in that case, let's put it that way. So let's go back to school on this. Columbus wanted to go to Asia.
Yes.
So when he
Took off.
took off in his ship west, thinking he was gonna go around to Asia, he hit the Americas.
Well, yeah. Puerto Rico.
The Americas.
Yeah.
He called them Indians because he thought he was in India.
Yeah.
So that name stuck. So obviously it stuck. But even then, they never knew that land existed then.
No. Well, yeah. They didn't know.
Okay.
Even though it was a big ball.
Yeah.
So if you're saying if we put the map, like if we brought the United States and Europe together, they would connect.
Not really. But if you see the part of Brazil and Africa, they connect. That piece of Africa
Yeah.
that's missing looks like a little tomahawk. And then the part of Brazil or South America, that looks like they connect. That think about that. Hmm.
And then where does Australia come into play?
Australia could just be a piece of land that just got out. You could just randomly connect it somehow.
So do you think so? Okay. That being said, were they all connected? That's why we had the East and the West,
Probably. No clue.
because it was still connected. And then when it broke up, you could just keep going around. So if you went around,
Well, remember, that's the theory of Pangea. That was one big continent.
that's what I'm saying. So if it split apart, because that would make sense on East and West. So then when you go from United States all the way, because now it's a lot more water, all the way around
Yeah, the Pacific.
to go all the way to the to Asia, it'd be a long trip.
Yes, it was. Yes, it would. But now going back to what you said about directions, I've seen videos where if you take a flight from Hong Kong to LA, your nearest stop is somewhere in Alaska. Like you got to go up. But this is something I was talking to you about before where you said that's just the nearest emergency stop.
Yeah, well, that's the nearest, like probably fuel stop or just direction.
So there's no direct flight that just goes straight across the Pacific.
Probably because you can't go over certain countries.
But there's not a real country other than Japan. If you're going from Hong Kong, or if you're from Japan, if you
Well,
go from,
well, you can't. I don't think they can. I don't think anybody can come all the way over that far. That's what, 14 hours?
I'm not sure. You still got Hawaii.
It's not big enough airport. I don't think.
How far is that? I wouldn't know either.
I think that's 6 hours. I think it was. I think that's how long it took me.
From what? From here to Hawaii.
Yeah.
So how much is from Hawaii to?
Should be another 7, 8 hours.
So that wouldn't be possible.
I mean, it's not a big enough place, I don't think, to make a major airport so that you can get so many planes to go in and leave. It's easier to go up and then across.
Up and across. Because isn't it like an 11-hour trip from New York to England or like France?
I haven't went there. It's not real.
No.
It's not real.
What's not real?
England.
What do you mean it's not real?
I've never been there, so it's not real.
Oh.
If I haven't been there, it's not real.
No, again.
So wherever I haven't been, it's not real.
Until you see with your own eyes.
Yes. Yes. That's
So
what
in that case, I only believe in about like 10 states because I've only seen 10 states.
yeah. Well, that's
That's fair.
yeah. I like it because I mean, I wouldn't believe a lot of stuff if somebody told me.
Well, and then
Because
that is true too.
because
need
then
to
I
see
can
to
have somebody
believe it.
tell me one thing and somebody tell me other things.
Yeah, but I mean that's just perspective.
Yeah.
That's just perspective. You know, you could see a state. You know, it's like, oh, I liked it, but it's like I hate it.
Yeah.
It's just what you see and stuff. I don't know. I still feel like the Earth is somewhat round.
Well, I mean, either way, the flat Earth is still round, but it's not a
Like a
sphere.
sphere.
It's not a sphere.
Sphere.
That's what the flat Earthers are. I
Yeah.
don't have a flat Earth guy in here yet, but my research on flat Earth, that's what I got to.
Well, for flat Earth, I've seen videos where they've tried to prove it right. So they got this flashlight, you know, trying to stream it through holes of the walls with holes on it with different degrees. So with the if it's round Earth, it should have how should I say a degree of downfall or upfall. So they would raise the flashlight and it should go straight through, and it was a fail. So they all had the same hole within the degree end. So their theory of being flat disavowed of them.
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah,
But there's some other ones that change it. There's some other like videos that show that how like the flat Earth one, but there's other videos show round Earth. You can get both. Like if you research real deep into flat Earth, you can become a flat Earth guy. If you research real deep into round Earth, you'll be a round Earth guy. If you search real deep into hollow Earth, then you're a hollow Earth guy. There's different things that you can keep going.
So even for this, I learned this in geography. Why can't we only see certain about like 8 to 10 miles? Then it's like flat.
Well, I mean, you can still see it. It's still there's the ground. It does. We're big, like we're big. So you're not going to see us curvature within a mile or within 3 miles.
That's what I'm saying. Like 8 to 10. Like that's where you can do. Like if you see the sunset.
I think that's mostly visibility. But if the way the flat Earth goes, it goes around this way. So that's why you only see. So it goes around.
So if you're in a flat area,
yeah,
just flat, and you don't see anything, and you could only see as far as you can see.
Yeah.
But if you're on top of a skyscraper, then obviously you can see more because your level of eyesight can see more. But even then, you could only see so far.
Because our visibility, we can only see so far. But if you get like a zoom or a torch or something else, then lens, then you can see farther.
Oh, but there's still gonna be a curve, wouldn't it?
I don't know. You can see pretty far. I mean, I can see pretty far without it.
Well, yeah.
So if I go to my dad's house, or go to my buddy's house in Glendora, I could see from his house. I could see all the way to the water. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he's in Glendora, so I could see all the way to the ocean. You could see the ocean.
Yes.
And it's not going off. You still see, like on a clear day, you could see far. So from my dad's house in East LA, you could see past, like his hill's not that big, but you could see all the way out. On a clear day, you could see Long Beach, you could see the water.
Damn.
You could see downtown, you could see all the stuff. So I don't know, just if you can see far, but the curvature isn't gonna drop off.
Yeah.
It's gonna go small, and we're gonna see certain things we're gonna drop off, but we're still gonna see the.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be able to see the ocean.
No.
Well, no, because the ocean curves. Other things you see building up and down. Ocean's flat. Well, curved. I mean, like it goes with the spinning ball. So the spinning ball going, the water stays on the spinning ball.
So you still state that we're all surrounded by a white wall of
No,
ice.
I don't.
No.
I don't. That's flat Earth. That's flat Earth. That's a flat Earth theory. I'm not a flat Earth guy.
What are you?
I don't have a theory.
You don't have it there. You just live in
until I see it. So whoever's controlling us, they know that we have a round or flat Earth.
And that's it.
That's it.
And the government?
Well, I don't think the government. Well, government knows some. They have to know a lot because they have to be in on it.
They have to be on it.
There's people that are in on it, and I think they're using the government to be part of it. But the government doesn't know everything.
That I see. You could tell in the news sometimes.
Because you can't have everybody knowing the big parts because then
they're not important.
They're not. No, they're going to say something. Somebody's going to say something. Nobody can keep it to themselves.
Yeah.
Lizard people or something, whatever they're like, lizard people or whatever. Those people know everything.
Like I was seeing a TikTok the other day that everyone who's been a U.S. president are related to each other, some way or another, apparently.
Well, they should be because they're all from here. Actually, it's true because everybody's supposed to be related to each other. We all came from two people. We all came from two people.
Yeah.
See, so we're all related, regardless.
Somewhere or another.
And mostly, a lot of people in the United States are related because it started in 13 colonies, then moved this way. Other than Mexican people moved up, but a lot of them are already here. They just pushed them down.
Yeah, so even then, oh wait, you just said it.
I mean, you've been to like Chicago and
correct, yes.
Okay, and there's people in there, Mexican people,
yes,
that don't even speak English.
Yeah, they don't speak English.
How is that possible? The border's way down there. At some point, you had it learned. So how'd they get up there?
That
Canada, there's people that don't even speak Spanish. Speak English. I mean,
they speak French. I don't know what other.
No, but they speak Spanish too. There's Spanish-speaking people that they're all over the place, but they only speak
probably
Spanish.
from Spain, Spaniard, not Mexican Spanish.
No, it's Mexican. They speak Mexican, not Spanish. But everywhere I go, I've met people, Mexican people that speak Mexican. Not even like, how is it you've moved this far away and you don't even speak, and you don't know English? You can barely.
Well, that I wouldn't know.
It's like the same people that, like, when you go to San Diego, speak English. Same people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't know. My parents speak mediocre English.
Yeah.
But they've been here for over 30 years.
Well, they had you guys translate. That's why.
Well, yeah, we did help in a way. Yeah, we did that.
You guys translate. That's where it changes. They don't have to learn because they have you to translate. 5 years old, like, tell them.
But there's still people who are stubborn, don't even want to bother to try to learn the new language, even though they're older. But I mean, it's beneficial for them.
Well, it's the same thing. There's other people that do the same thing.
So I have a funny story about that. I worked in Best Buy before, and I'm down in South Coast, right in Metro Point, and mostly white people, mostly like rich people there, and it's one of the biggest Best Buys there is around in the OC area, and I'm working in the smart home department with Wi-Fi, electrical, smart lighting, speakers and stuff. So it was a typical day, and our first job was to greet people in English. Sometimes we do get Spanish-speaking people, but our first reaction that what we were told is always greet in English. If they look at you with the confused face, or like they'll speak out, oh, no hablo inglés, no speak English, then obviously if I'm able to translate, is talking Spanish, and I was talking Spanish. So I reached out with this older looking Hispanic lady, but he was with, like, it was the grandson or was his kid, pretty like 14, 15 years old, and they're looking at some smart lights. And I approached her and I said, would you need some help? What are you doing today? Or how are you doing today? Do you need some help? And she looked up to me and she just like waved me down. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I was like, that's fine. If you need any help, let me know. So I walked away and she called me back. But now it's the kid trying to just, I have some questions about these lights. It's all right, cool. I said, what do you need? But it was mostly the lady wanting the wanting to know the stuff. So she starts telling me, do you know if this connects to Alexa? And and I'm like trying to understand her, and I'm like, she's like, then I'm telling her in Spanish. And it's, no, that's fine. It's like she just blew me off, and I'm like, okay, like I'm trying to communicate, like there's a language barrier. So I leave, and my buddy goes and he waves her down and goes over and he's like, how can I help you? And I'm in the other aisle and I'm kind of overhearing them. I want to be 22, 23 years old. He's white, doesn't speak nothing of Spanish, just hi, bye, like, ¿cómo estás? Bye, good morning. His typical how to get away free card from any other speaking people. And they start going at it kind of a way. She's speaking her broke Spanish or English. He's speaking his broken Spanish. And they're like having very difficult. And she straight up goes off on him. He's like, mijo, son, how old are you? He's like, I'm 22. It's like, you live here in Santana? And he's like, you live in Santana? And I'm like, yeah, I'm 22. And you can't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Like, embarrassing. Like, eso no está bien. Like, that's not cool. And he felt like Like what? Like a tag? Like, no, that's not cool. And I'm like, oh, it's like, I need help. So I overhear that and I'm like, dude, that's messed up. Like, nah, that shouldn't happen. So he goes and gets me, and I was like, dude, I heard it. Don't worry, I got you. I go straight to her, and I'm just talking fluent Spanish at this point. It's like, what do you want?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, oh no, I don't. I wouldn't want this. Like, no. What do you want? I heard your conversation with them. Now, this is me speaking Spanish to her, and I'm like, what do you need? I heard your questions. It's like that works with you with Alexa. You just connect it. You use your phone. You download an app. You reconnects. You click it. You plug it in. She'll pop up. Done.
Yeah.
And I walk away, and he's like, "Oh, that's me. I didn't even disrespect." He's like, "No, what you said was very disrespectful." And the guy, is like just quiet, and I'm like, "You should say something. You're here to translate. Like that's not cool." Yeah. So she starts blabbering that it's kind of racist how we gotta treat them with Spanish and I don't know what. And I'm like, that's not cool though. Yeah. So I go off on her straight up, and I'm like, "Ma'am, I don't, with no disrespect. How long have you been living here in Santana or here in the U.S.? Oh, I came here since I've been 10 years old." I was like, "So how can I ask you how long you've been here in the U.S.?" He's like, "Oh, I've been here over 30 years." I was like, "You don't speak shit English at all? Any type of English?" It's like, how embarrassing is that? And that's when she just blew up. Like, "Oh, no. She went to go tell my manager and everything." And I'm like, "Damn, dude, that's pretty messed up." But like, I told her, like, "Dude, that's not fair how she spoke to him though."
Yeah.
Like, we went back and forth with her, and my manager's cool, but I'm, "Oh, you don't treat customers like that." And I'm like, "Dude, she insulted him. Like, there's no reason for her to talk about that. And like, you know about being here." And yeah, dude. And I get what you mean. Like, you're living in a place where maybe it helps speaking English or not, but I mean, it's beneficial.
Yeah.
But for, I want to say New York, when we went to New York for Copita, there's a lot of Caribbean people up there, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of Caribbean people. And I was telling Juanito was telling me, he's like, those guys are Dominican. I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Yeah, because he lived in Jersey, right?"
Yeah.
We went to Copita, what time? 5 in the morning to do the setup?
I don't know. I was
5, 6 in the morning to set up.
Was I there?
I think so. You were there.
Yikes.
It was a second day after our lockout situation. Yeah, we slept in the van for New York overnight in the ghetto. So imagine that. And we got there, and these guys were partying by our booth, like by our thing. There, loud music, and Juanito's like, "Yeah, those guys don't leave until someone kicks them out. These guys have been partying since the 9." I'm like, "Damn." And the one guy approached, and he was like, "Oh, ¿qué están haciendo aquí? What are you guys doing here?" And with this accent and stuff, it was, "Oh no, it's a booth for the soccer tournament, blah blah blah." He's like, "Yeah, we've been here since like 9, 10 in the night." And I'm like, "Here in the park?" He's like, yeah, like, "Wait, we're here to party. You guys want to drink?" And I'm like, "Dude, these guys looked like they were coked out. These guys looked like they were on something. They were going all night." And I try to speak to them in English, and they don't speak English, like at all. And you're in New York, bro.
Yeah. Well, it's not far. There's a lot of Cubans.
Yeah.
Mexicans. Is there any There's not that many Mexicans.
No, to be honest with you, there's not as many Mexicans as I thought. There's a lot of Cubans, Dominicans, some Colombians that because they're in Jersey side that he told us about.
Is it like a rule if you're a Cuban that you got to have the Cuban flag on your mirror?
No, but I've seen a lot of people like Juanito to have that. I've seen a lot of people. I've seen a lot of drivers, but it's like, I guess, pride for them. I guess I don't know. To be honest with you, you're gonna have to ask one of them. But I did notice because they had the Dominican flag and I think it was an Haiti flag.
Yeah.
And one of their cars or trucks. Yeah. It was one of theirs. But even then, dude, bro.
You go to Florida and you get an Uber and they have the Cuban flag. I'm like, okay.
Well, apparently for the new project, we are going to Florida.
I gotta go to Florida. I go to Florida 2 times
a year.
Yeah, at least.
I've never gone to Florida, and I wish to go. That's one of the states I would want to go just to go visit.
You'll be there.
But
you'll be there having fun.
Why? Why is that? Why is it fun?
It's fun. It's cool. It's hot and humid, but it's fun. And it rains.
We're worse than Texas?
Different. No, not. It's a little different. There's a breeze because you have the ocean right there. You're surrounded.
Well, that was kind of Houston too.
Yeah, that's a Gulf. That's an ocean. Yeah, well, it's a little different.
Well, it depends what side of Florida you're on. Then, if you're on the Gulf or if you're on the
no, but it still goes over.
By the way, it's one of the things
you're gonna be on the ocean side. I'm pretty sure it'll be either Daytona. It'll be.
What if it's like Tallahassee? I think over here on the other side.
Really, I don't think it'll be Tallahassee.
No. Orlando?
It'll be probably Orlando or Daytona. Maybe Miami. Maybe Miami.
That'd be cool.
No, Miami's not that great no more.
No? Why is that?
I don't know. It wasn't as good last time. When I went last time, it wasn't the same. It was different.
Well, it depends on the type of year you go or what?
It's just not the same. The place. It just seems kind of run down and just kind of hood.
Is it now?
Seems kind of hood.
Worse than LA?
LA's hood. I mean, it's been hood.
Man.
It's just different. It's not the same as it used to be. Daytona's really touristy, so is Orlando.
Yeah.
Really touristy.
Well, I know Orlando because they have Hollywood and the Hollywood studios and Disney over down there, but
That's really. But that's kind of in the middle, a little bit inland more. Daytona's right on the.
the water.
Yeah, but down like more down, there's better beaches, I think, than the two that everybody usually goes to.
The Miami one or whatever the.
Miami and because we stood in Miami Beach. Like on the beach. I could have did without it. I could have done. It wasn't that. It was like a 45 minute drive, 30-minute drive. But it was just because of traffic getting over the bridge because you have to go into the thing because Miami's different than Miami Beach. So you have to go over the bridge to get there. And then the construction, they were working on the bridge to make it bigger, so it wasn't fun. Then we had cruise ships coming in. There were like 3 cruise ships coming in. So all the people from that going across, and it was just different.
Well, it's a city I'm looking forward to this year, I guess, or next year. But
Kentucky, you're going back Kentucky.
I heard, but I'm not.
Derby, dude, you guys will be there, making it happen.
I hope I get told to go. I would like to go. The passes they gave us this year or the beginning of the year, I didn't know they were VIP. We were able to go to Churchill Town's building and go to the buffet in the very top and everything. But since we were working all the time, we didn't get the chance to do that until one of the guys, I forgot his name now. Trying to remember his name now. Damn. Carson said that he was walking around and that he wanted to see how far he can go, and he actually made it to the top level. And you were able to get food, you were about to get drinks, you could get anything you want just with having that pass. And he came down, he told us, and I'm like, hell yeah, but we're always busy with work down here, so never got the chance. But if we ever get those passes again, I'm down to go, bro. To go up there. And I never realized how busy the Derby was until that one race.
Yeah.
It was so dead in the aisles, like on around the stadium. Everybody was on their seats. Everybody was standing for that race. And everybody's like, oh, you got to stay in your booth. And next time you know, everyone leaves, dude. Everyone leaves for that one race because I guess it's not the last race. It's like the second or third to last race for the, the last
like
day.
it's like 7th race, something like that.
So then everybody's in their booth and, you know, and like everybody's there. So like I ran up the stairs as much as I can. I got to, I think, to the 3rd floor. And by the time I got up there, they were halfway through. And you got people, well, there was yelling, they was screaming about.
It's a lot of money.
Dude, and I realized that. And then when, whatever that horse won Mage or whatever, it was a big deal. And obviously the story behind it. But, dude, that atmosphere, it felt like that vibe, like just amazing. Like damn, dude, just for this, you know, just the horse race, you know, like, damn. But other than that, I mean, I wish to go back. It was a good experience. Now I could feel like I'm prepared myself. I actually drove there. So, went through Oklahoma, up to Illinois, down to Kentucky. So, I'll be prepared this time. I drove a little 1620 box truck that was not made for cross country. I was only allowed, or they only let me drive up to 65 miles per hour. Yeah. My pedal or the gas pedal was hitting the floor
the whole time.
And I'm gonna take your idea. I'm gonna buy a strap that hangs my, because I'm over here driving hand down, and I'm like, it was one of the worst experiences in my life driving, because me and Juanita were driving because we were supposed to leave a day before, and these guys were not done with the stuff, so we had to wait an extra days. That we're gonna be late. We should have been in New Mexico by now, and we drove 2 14-hour days, and the last day was a good 11-12 hours. We got there about midday, and we got good, I want to say a good 4 or 5 hours in the hotel before everybody else showed up. Then we all went to dinner, and then it was showtime. Dude, I worked so many hours that time.
Got to hang out in the rain. Cool.
Yeah. Teardown was in the rain. Jesus. But you know what? For the experience, for what I got paid, it was worth it.
Nice.
Now I'm hoping for next year, but who knows? They're lining up a lot of cities and a lot of tours, so hopefully I get to choose someone I would like to go to, but we'll find out, Tim.
We'll see. All right, dude. It was great.
I was glad to
We
be
had fun.
here.
We had
Thank
fun.
you. Yeah, of
All
course.
right.
Yeah, thank you
Come
for
back.
inviting me.
Yeah, come
Hope
back.
to
Yeah.
be here again.
Yeah, we got to save some of the stories that we have on the road, over there for over here.
Oh, then there's some we can't see on camera, but yeah, food, of course. We'll find out that next time, man.
Yeah, they'll be good.
All right, man.
They'll deal with it. All right, everybody. 24 Slayton, Tim, Izzy, we're out here. Look at us on all our platforms: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. I keep saying this and I do it over and over. Like and subscribe. Tim, Izzy, we're out.
See you guys.